We're painting the hull of the Spurn Lightship today. So in total there'll be 7 coats of paint applied. The top coat's now going on, so they've had most of the underlayers have been delivered already. And now you can see the sort of red protective coating, which is the area of the ship that's under the waterline. And then finally she'll be repainted black, and her distinctive Spurn lettering will be painted on by hand down the side.
We're about a year into the project so far. The top of the lantern's come off. That's been the last couple of weeks or so. That's all been taken off to be repaired. The glass has all been restored. The lamp is a very key feature of the lightship. It's arguably its most important feature. But the port side was quite corroded. We think that's the side that probably had the worst weather. And so to repair that corrosion, the easiest way to do that was then to lift the whole top off.
The actual metal structure itself will have metalwork repairs, and the glazing will be cleaned and checked for any damage. And it also means, as part of that, we'll be providing access up into the lantern. So it's an exciting part of this investment that we're making, allowing people into a new part of the ship that they've never had access to before.
The original plan with the deck was actually to replace the whole thing. When we got down to it, we realised the deck's actually in very good condition for her age. It's 3 inches thick teak deck, which is incredibly thick and incredibly hard to find and source these days. So we took the decision to restore the deck rather than replacing it. And as part of that, we need to re-waterproof it to make sure it doesn't leak. So that involves taking out all the old caulking and then putting in some new modern versions and sanding it down and making sure it all looks good.
Having apprentices involved in the refurbishment of the Spurn Lightship is a really exciting part of our project. It's something that we're really proud of. Dunsans have really committed to employing apprentices specifically to work on both the Spurn Lightship and Arctic Corsair. It's something that any project funded by the National Lottery Heritage Fund would want to see, and it's something that we've really passionately delivered and care about.
It's important that we have apprentices to pass on the skills of the guys that we have here, the skills that they've learned over a number of years. And it's also a progression into having skilled tradesmen going forward for the company. It's important for Dunstans that we employ local labour.
Working on these ships, when I'm learning how to do it, I'm with the lads and they're just carrying on with the jobs, and I'm picking up what they're doing. They're telling me, this is how you do this, then they give me a go. Every day is a learning day, even third years still learning how to put things together, how they do it.
I'm actually the third generation to work at Dunstans. Yeah, I feel like it's like a little bit of a family tradition. Quite proud actually. I've been seeing both of the boats when we used to go on marina, and I used to have a play about on marina as a young child, and eventually working on them. It's just enjoyed it really. Like it's a bit of history.
Well, these ships, they're about Hull's maritime history, maritime heritage, and it's something that we want to show off to not just Hull itself, but the rest of the world, and encourage people to come here and learn more about that past. Few and far between have these skills now, but it's really important that actually it has been able to be done locally, and again, using that local knowledge. This is a ship that means so much to the local community, so it's only right that the local community is part of that project to bring it back to its former glory.